Good morning, everyone. This is mathematics class of grade 8, and today I am here with lecture number 2 of chapter number 2, linear equations in one variable. So, dear children, let us see the topics which I am going to cover in this lecture number 2. Let us see the topics to be covered in this lecture number 2. Firstly, we shall recapitulate the concepts which we have discussed in the previous lecture, that is lecture number 1. After that, I shall discuss few applications of linear equations, or in this we will be solving word problems. And in the end of this lecture, I shall discuss few questions of NCERT exercise 2.2. So let us begin with the recapitulation of the previous concepts. In the previous lecture, we have learnt the difference between algebraic expressions and equality, or I should say equation. Examples of algebraic expressions can be 2x minus 8, it can be 9x, it can be 5ab plus 3a. These are all the examples of algebraic expressions. Now, if I write the algebraic expression in the manner 5x is equal to 25. Here, dear children, you can clearly see the difference between the algebraic expressions and equation. Here, equality sign is being included, so that is why it has become an equation. So, an algebraic equation is an equality involving variables. So, what is an algebraic equation? An algebraic equation is an equality involving variables. So, an algebraic equation is an equality involving variables. You can see the difference between the algebraic expressions and the equation. This includes equality sign. Now, let us understand the meaning of different terms in the chapter, that is linear. What is the meaning of linear? Equation we have understood in one variable. I am writing one equation, and with the help of that you will be able to understand the meaning of all the terms mentioned in the chapter, that is linear equations in one variable. I am writing an example. The example can be 9y minus 8 is equal to 3. Here, this is an equality sign, so we can say that this is an equation. Now, you can see only y is the variable which is present in this equation. So, this is an equation in one variable. Now, what is the meaning of this linear? Linear basically refers to that particular equation in which the highest power of the variable appearing in the expression is 1. Here, what is the power of the variable? Y, that is 1. So, this is a linear equation in one variable. So, this is an equality sign. It means this is an equation. Now, in one variable means the only symbol that is unknown to us in this expression is y. So, this is being referred to as one variable. Now, what is the meaning of this linear? Linear refers to that particular algebraic equation in which the highest power of the variable appearing in the expression is 1. So, what is the power of this variable? 1. So, we can say that this is an example of linear equation in one variable. I hope, dear children, you have recalled all the concepts properly. Now, let us begin this chapter with the applications of linear equations. Now, coming to the main topic of this lecture number 2, that is applications of linear equations. Now, in this topic, we are supposed to deal with word problems. What are these word problems? We can say that problems stated in words are called word problems. Simple as this. As the name indicates, word problems. So we can say the problems stated in the words are called word problems or applied problems. Dear children, there is one way to solve the word problems easily. Let us see that way now. Now, as I told you, the problems stated in words are called word problems. So, to solve the word problems, there are two steps. You can keep in mind these two steps to solve the word problems. Number one is, firstly, you are supposed to translate the words of the problem into an algebraic equation. Firstly, you are supposed to read the equation properly and then translate the words of the problem into an algebraic equation. And then solving the resultant equation. Then you are supposed to solve resulting equation. And we have learned in the previous lecture how to solve the equations. So these are the two steps. Using these two steps, it will be very easy for you to solve the word problems. I am repeating the steps. First step is, firstly, translate the words of the problem into an algebraic equation, and then after that, solve the resulting equation. Let us begin this topic with a very simple example. The example I am taking is, sum of two numbers is 74. One of the numbers is 10 more than the other. What are the numbers? What are the numbers? So this is a very simple example. It is sum of two numbers is 74. It is given to us. One of the numbers is 10 more than the other. What are the numbers? So let us see now the solution. Dear children, we do not know either of the two numbers and we have to find them. We do not know either of the two numbers. Both the numbers are unknown to us and we need to find them. But we have two given conditions. Let us see the conditions now. One of the condition is that one of the numbers is 10 more than the other. Is 10 more than the other. And second condition is their sum is given to us, that is 74. So this is one of the condition that is given to us. One of the numbers is 10 more than the other. And the second is that sum of two numbers is given to us, that is 74. Using these two conditions, we are going to solve this problem. Dear children, firstly, I am framing the equation. Now, let us suppose the smaller number, let smaller number is equal to x. Now, as it is given that one of the numbers is 10 more than the other, it means the larger number, what will be the larger number? Larger number will be equal to x plus 10, because it is larger, it is 10 more than the other. We have taken the smaller number as x, so larger number will be x plus 10. Now, and we know that sum of these two numbers is 74, so we will be framing the equation. The equation will be x, this is the smaller number, plus x plus 10. Sum of these two is given to us as 74. This is our required equation. Using this equation, we are going to find the numbers. So, I hope this equation is clear. Sum of these two numbers is given to us as 74. So, smaller number we have taken x plus 10 is the larger number, that is equal to 74. Now, we are going to solve this equation. Now, dear children, you must have seen that we have, what we have done? We have translated the words of the problem into an equation, and which equation we have made? That is x plus 10 is equal to 74. Now, adding these two, it will be 2x. Second step, what is the second step? We are supposed to solve this resulting equation, and we are solving it now. X plus x is 2x plus 10 is equal to 74. Now 2x is equal to 74 minus 10, that will be equal to 64. After that, you can see x will be equal to 64 by 2, that is equal to 32. So this is our smaller number. And now, as we know that the larger number is 10 more than this number, so this is our smaller number, and larger number will be, so larger number equals 32 plus 10, that is equal to 42. 32 plus 42, that will give you 74. So your condition is also verified that their sum is 74. So dear children, I hope you have understood this word problem. The smaller number is 32 and the larger number is 42, and their sum is 74. Now let us begin the discussion of NCERT exercise 2.2 exercise. NCERT book exercise 2.2 exercise we are going to discuss. Let us begin with question number 1. Question number 1 is, if you subtract 1 by 2 from a number and multiply the result by 1 by 2, you get 1 by 8. So what is the number? I am speaking it again. If you subtract 1 by 2 from a number and multiply the result by 1 by 2, you get 1 by 8. So we are supposed to find the number. So these are the conditions given to us. Let us suppose, let the number equals x. I am taking the number as x. Now according to question, we are supposed to subtract 1 by 2 first from the number. This is the number x. Subtracting 1 by 2 from the number. I am subtracting 1 by 2 from the number. I have done that. Multiply the result by 1 by 2. This is the result I am getting. I need to multiply this result by 1 by 2. And what I will be getting? 1 by 8. I am speaking the question again. If you subtract 1 by 2 from a number, I have taken the number as x. I am subtracting 1 by 2 from the number, that will be x minus 1 by 2. And multiply the result. This is my result now. Multiply the result by 1 by 2. You get, that is equal to 1 by 8. So dear children, it is very important to make this equation. Once this equation is made, you will be able to solve this equation very easily. Now I hope this equation is clear to you. Let us begin with the next steps. Now this 1 by 2 is being multiplied by x as well as by 1 by 2. So it will be x by 2 minus 1 by 4. I am multiplying this 1 by 2 by x, that will be x by 2, minus 1 by 2 into 1 by 2, that will be 1 by 4, that is equal to 1 over 8. Now after that, you are supposed to take the LCM of 2 and 4 and then solve it with the right hand side. Now the equation we got is x by 2 minus 1 over 4 is equal to 1 over 8. Now I am keeping this x by 2 on the left hand side and shifting everything on the other side. That will be 1 by 8 plus 1 over 4. Now x over 2 is equal to, now taking the LCM of 8 and 4, that will be 8. Now it will be 1 plus 2. So here what will be the next step? X by 2 is equal to 3 by 8. Now this 2 here, it is being divided. It will be shifted to that side and it will be multiplied by 3 by 8. So it will be, what will be the next step? It will be x is equal to 3 by 8 into 2. That will be equal to 6 over 8. That is equal to 3 over 4. So x is equal to 3 by 4. So the number is 3 by 4. I hope, dear children, you have understood this question. Simple, what I have done, I have shifted this 1 by 4 to the right hand side, and then I have taken the LCM. After taking the LCM, I have shifted this 2 to the right hand side, and then after solving, I will be getting the answer as 3 by 4. So your number is 3 by 4. Let us talk about question number 2 now of exercise 2.2. Question number 2 is, the perimeter of a rectangular swimming pool is 154 meters. Perimeter of a rectangular swimming pool is given to you as 154 meters. Its length is 2 meter. Length is 2 meter more than twice its breadth. Twice its breadth. These are the two conditions given to us. What are the length and breadth of the pool? We are supposed to find length and breadth. Perimeter of a rectangular swimming pool is 154 meters. Its length is 2 meters more than twice its breadth. And we are supposed to find length and breadth. So dear children, now let us frame the equation first. It is given to us that length is 2 meters more than twice its breadth. Firstly, we need to take breadth as x. So let us begin translating this word problem into the equation. Now let breadth of rectangular swimming pool is equal to x meters. Now, what will be the length? Length of swimming pool is equal to twice its breadth. Firstly, we need to take the twice of breadth, 2x. We have done that. 2 meters more plus 2. So according to the given equation, that is length is 2 meters more than twice its breadth. Firstly, what we have taken? We have taken breadth as x meters. Now length of swimming pool will be 2x plus 2, because it is written length is 2 meters more than twice its breadth. Firstly, we have taken twice of breadth, that is 2x. 2 meters more, so we have added plus 2. So these are the lengths and breadth. Now let us frame the equation using this condition. Now according to question, we know that perimeter of rectangle is given by 2 bracket length plus breadth. This is the perimeter of rectangular field or rectangular swimming pool in this case. Now we need to put the values of length and breadth. So length is 2x plus 2 and breadth we have taken x. So length is 2x plus 2 plus x we have taken breadth, and perimeter is given to us as 154 meters. So this is the equation we have framed from the word problem. Now we are going to solve this equation. Now it will be 2 bracket 2x plus x, it will be 3x plus 2 is equal to 154. Now this 2 is being multiplied by 3x and 2 is being multiplied by 2 also. So I am multiplying this 2 by 3x, it will be 6x, plus multiply this 2 by 2, that will be 4, is equal to 154. Now after that 6x will remain here on the left hand side. This 4 I am shifting on the right hand side, that will be 154 minus 4. So that will be equal to 150. Now we are supposed to find the value of x. So x will be equal to 150 divided by 6 and that will be equal to 25. So breadth is equal to 25 meters and length will be, after taking the twice of this, I need to add 2. So let us write now the final answer. So length is equal to, it was 2x plus 2 according to the conditions of the equation, and x we have calculated as 25. So 2 into 25 plus 2, 2 into 25 is 50 plus 2, that is equal to 52 meters, and breadth of rectangular swimming pool is equal to x, that is equal to 25 meters. So this is the length of rectangular swimming pool and this is the breadth of rectangular swimming pool. Now I am going to discuss question number 7. Let us see question number 7. Question number 7 is the sum of 3 consecutive multiples of 8 is 888, that is 888. Find the multiples. This is the condition given to us and we are supposed to find the multiples. Now there are two ways to solve this question. First way is, I am talking about first way, the way in which you can do this question. After that I will be discussing the second way. Let multiples, or the numbers you can write, let multiples are x, x plus 8 and x plus 16. Dear children, why I have taken x plus 8 and x plus 16? The reason being, it is written that there should be consecutive multiples of 8. This is the very important condition. So I have taken one of the multiple as x, then I have taken x plus 8 and then x plus 16. Now their sum is given to us as 888. So simply according to question, x plus 8 plus x plus 16 is equal to 888. Now solving this equation, x plus x, that will be equal to 3x. 8 plus 16, that will be equal to 24. And further it will be equal to 888, that is 888. Now 3x is equal to 888 minus 24. So that will be equal to 3x is equal to 864. Now we are supposed to find the value of x. So what will be the value of x? X will be equal to 864 divided by 3, that will be equal to 288. So the smallest multiple will be 288. So what I have done, I have taken the multiples of 8 as x, x plus 8, x plus 16. Their sum is equal to 888. So I have solved this like x plus 8 plus x plus 16. These are the three multiples I have taken and put it equal to 888. So it will be 3x plus 24 is equal to 888. Now after solving you will be getting x as 288. So we have seen x is equal to 288. The other multiple I have taken x plus 8. So 288 plus 8, that will be equal to 296. And third multiple I have taken x plus 16. So it will be 288 plus 16. That will be equal to 304. So these are the three multiples of 8. Now this was the first way. Let us talk about the another way in which you can solve this question number 7. Now this can be solved in this manner, like if I am taking the multiples or if I am taking the numbers as x, x plus 1 and x plus 2. Like this I have taken the numbers. Now what I am going to do is, as it is given to me that these three numbers are multiples of 8, so what I will be going to do, I will be multiplying all the numbers by 8. So 8x plus 8 into x plus 1, it should be written in the bracket because this 8 is to be multiplied by 1 also, plus 8x plus 2. I am writing the numbers again. I have taken x, x plus 1 and x plus 2 as the numbers, as these numbers should be the multiples of 8. So I have multiplied all the numbers by 8 like this. 8x plus 8 bracket x plus 1 plus 8 bracket x plus 2 and put their sum equal to 888. So let us solve this question with this method now. Now I am writing the complete equation again and then I will be solving it. It will be 8x plus 8x plus 1 plus 8x plus 2 and their sum is equal to 888. So what will be the equation now? It will be 8x plus 8 will be multiplied by x, so that will be 8x, plus 8 will be multiplied by 1, that will be 8, plus 8 will be multiplied by x, that will be 8x, plus 8 is to be multiplied by 2, that will be 16, and put their sum equal to 888. Now solving this equation, 8x 3 times we are having, so it will be 24x plus, so it will be 24x plus 24, that is equal to 888. Now I am writing this 24x on the left hand side and shifting this 24, that will be 888 minus 24. After subtracting this, what you will be getting? It will be 24x, that will be equal to 864, and when you will be dividing this 864 by 24, this will be divided by 24, what you will be getting? You will be getting value as, so I am writing the last step here again, that will be x will be equal to 864 divided by 24. You will be getting the value of x as 36. But here, dear children, you are supposed to keep in mind that these were the simple numbers we have taken. Still, this number is not a multiple of 8. I need to multiply this number by 8, then only this will be the multiple of 8. You must be remembering the equation. I have multiplied every number by 8. So it will be 8 into x. That will be 8 into 36. That will be equal to 288. Then after that, second number, it will be 8x plus 8. So 8 into x already I have calculated. That is 288. Plus 8 I need to do. That will be equal to 2. Now third number will be 8x plus 16. That is equal to 288 plus 16, that will be equal to 304. So, dear children, you must have observed that we have opted two different methods, but the result will remain the same. In the first method, you will be directly getting the value or multiple of 8, that will be 288. But in this second method, you are supposed to multiply this x by 8 so that it becomes a multiple of 8, and that will be equal to 288. So, I hope, dear children, you have understood these word problems. So, it's time for the homework now. You are supposed to do exercise 2.2 till question number 10 in your homework notebooks. So, your homework from NCERT book is complete exercise 2.2 till question number 10 in your homework notebooks. So, dear children, in today's lecture, we have learned how to solve the word problems. Basically, initially, first of all, we need to translate the words of the problem into an algebraic equation, and then we need to solve the resulting equation. I hope, dear children, you will be capable enough to solve exercise 2.2 till question number 10. That's all for today. Thank you so much.